What's up guys, and welcome to a brand new Stella video here in the Stelly Boys community channel. Now we actually had this similar video way back when, basically the Talos Market Watch, but it was very hard to do that as a weekly schedule that I wanted to, and I was able to kind of configure my I was able to like kind of mess around with my OBS, and now it's actually seems kind of doable. Now, what we're going to do in this particular series is pretty much talk about the highs, the lows of the market for the week, and maybe some Talos picks for the end of the, what I think will eventually go up in due time. Now, all this, of course, is my personal opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. I just like talking about stocks, and if you guys want to join in the conversation, you're more welcome to in the comments down below. And of course, if you guys like this type of video, definitely do not forget to like it. And of course, if you want to see more of this as well as any of the gaming news side of the house, definitely consider subscribing as well. Now, of course, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump over to the main side and talk about the highs and lows of the stock market this week. Now, of course, as you guys can see in the very left corner here, these are what we're going to be discussing pretty much. Tesla, NIO, GME, of course, gotta talk about GME, Imax, and something I'll probably talk about that later, but there's a company named after myself, so we'll talk about that in a little bit. And of course, the other two is Opendoor and Turtle Beach. Now, these are just some of the ones I kind of want to discuss more so, but it doesn't mean that these were the highest lows and the lowest of lows. These are just what I want to talk about. If there's anything that you guys want to talk about, always leave it down in the comments. But let's first jump to GME real quick. GME has been a fascinating beast. Now let's go flip over real quick. Now GME has been a fascinating beast, as we talked about. It's been going up again. It was as low as $50, and if I recall, some people, especially myself, had bought into it again when it reached about $48, $50, and now recently it's been spiking back up. Now if we go into the let's see here, let's actually jump around real quick. Now let's take a look at this in the past 3 months. Now, obviously, it was as high as 140, I believe. No, sorry. It was as high as almost $400 right here, and then just quickly dropped back down. And that was only about about January the 28th. It looks like about here, and it went as low as roughly around the $45 range, and it's been quickly going back up. There was a small drop here. It actually went as high as 170. About February 24th, and then it's just going right back up. So people are still buying into the stock, and it's amazing. I just love it. Obviously, like when I first bought this was like back last year, and it was only like $5, and then as soon as it went up to $150, I sold it. I probably could have kept it even higher, as you can see from this chart, but obviously I probably could have sold it when it was like much higher, but I didn't want to get too greedy, because you never know when it's going to pummel down. And I knew it was eventually going to go down. And as soon as it hit that threshold, like I don't think it just can't reach that $400 mark. It just quickly dove. We talked about it before in previous videos over here in the Stelly News channel, in more of the, I guess, the hindsight of it all. But basically, as an investor, it was insane. It was insane. So if you guys want to know why it jumped up like that, definitely check out that video. I have it linked somewhere up here. Yeah, now it's going back up again. And it's just people buying into it. Now, there's a whole big, news on like Robinhood and all that jazz. And I think a lot of people, especially ourselves here in the Stelly Boys community channel, we went ahead and like pretty much dissolved any partnership that we had with Robinhood, and now we are partnering up with a company known as Public. If you guys want to join me and the rest of the fight community here, definitely check out the links down below and join us in Public. You also get a free share as well, a free slice of the share as well. It's not a full share, but if you guys do want to get a full share, definitely consider our other partners, Webull. Those can potentially be $2,000 if not more. So definitely consider that in Webull. Both links, of course, down in the description below if you guys want to join that community, as well as invest in something great like GME potentially. I don't know how high GME is going to go. Now, it's very hard to do any prediction whatsoever in this type of stock because it's so unpredictable. But what I can say about this is that it's definitely a must grab, probably at an earlier stage. I wouldn't recommend buying it now, but of course I am not a financial advisor. I can't tell you what to do with your money. But as a personal suggestions to my friends, if they would ever ask me, is do not buy it right now. It's way too high. At $100, maybe. But if it drops again back to 50, I definitely recommend buying it again. And currently, I'm still holding my GME stocks. I'm waiting for it to potentially hit 200 again. If it does reach 200, I might sell it personally. But that's just my personal opinion on that. But craziness going on at GameStop, and like, obviously, what do you guys think is going to happen with this? Let us know in the comments down below. But let us kind of flip over real quick into another stock. Now, the next thing I want to talk about real quick that's also been going up recently is a company known as Imax. You guys know Imax? Basically, Imax is a company here. Like obviously, they do a lot of the entertainment technology company with emphasis on film and digital imaging technologies for including giant film imaging, 3D representation, post-production, and digital projection. So let's kind of flip over and see exactly what's been going on with Imax recently. All right, right here, basically Imax is going on right now. It's been going up, which is great. Great for theaters. Now, I'm not too sure what movie is coming out for Imax, but if you guys want to inform me, definitely let me know in the comments down below as well. But I'm very, very happy, very excited to know that movie theaters in general, Imax to be included, is starting to go up in value. We already knew it's coming. Obviously, people are bored with the pandemic and whatnot. They want to go out, explore. And obviously, I believe it was March 1st, is the kind of like the, I guess, the directive to basically expand some of the business for more open capacities. So that may be why it's been going up. But let's take a look at the past, that is past 3 months. Let's just look at the past week on it. Obviously, it was super down the past week, earlier back in March 1st. And it's been kind of going a little bit like stagnant for a little bit, and then it dropped. And then, of course, like right around this time frame, pretty much today is when it started really spiking back up. Now, is it going to maintain its, I guess, trajectory upwards? We don't know. But obviously, if you guys haven't already, consider buying them, because right now they're only $24, and that's super cheap. Honestly, I think I could potentially be up to. Let's look at the current highs before. Let's take a look. Let's take a look gander at its 5-year history. It was as high as almost, it's pretty much double. It was as high as almost $40. So obviously there's a lot of growth potential right now for this stock. So definitely consider it. And it only went down really because of the pandemic. And obviously nobody going to movie theaters, it's shutting down or whatnot. But Imax is definitely here to stay. As an interest, I want to see how AMC is doing actually. All right, AMC even lower. And it's been going up recently as well. So let's kind of back up a little bit. And let's do it on the 1 day. So let's do 5 days, the week. So it was as high as $9, and then it kind of dipped down roughly today and yesterday to as low as $8. So they're still also pretty cheap. But if we go back to that 5-year history, it was as high as almost 27, so there's definitely a lot of growth potential here. So definitely consider AMC as well. They're definitely getting up there. But that's not one of the stocks I want to talk about here. I went ahead and expanded it so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not just like, saying words. But regardless, guys, it's definitely a worth a buy for AMC. It's been going up slightly, and they're still relatively cheap. All right, guys, moving into the next one. This one is actually going to be one of the lows. Now, we talked about the highs, GME, IMAX. Actually, no, there's one more I want to talk about briefly. This is more of like a joke in itself. I was kind of just looking around of like the highs and lows. There's one particular company known as Talos Energy, and I was like, there's a company based on me? Really? You guys shouldn't have. So let's go look at this real quick. Now, this is actually one of the highs for the week. It went as high as 12% today. And so let's take a look at this real quick on the 1 week. So yeah, it was as low as $10, and it's been spiking up all the way to $13, almost $14. Now that's not a huge amount of growth potential, but that's actually really good. So if you bought a couple hundred shares of that and then sold it right now, definitely high value stuff there. But I'm just curious to see what this company is all about. Obviously, this company engages in the exploration, development, and production of oil and natural gases, which is of course very important. Now let's actually look at the 5-year history. It's been down. It was pretty much as high as 38, 37, I don't know its growth potential in the future, but I just want to keep my eye on it because it has my name. Why not? You never know. And obviously, it's super cheap at $13.50, and it's been going up. So consider it. And if you look at the consensus right now, a lot of it is on the buy. So that's actually really good. So a strong buy potential, as was recommended by the masses. So, but yeah, enough of the highs. Let's talk about the lows. Now there's quite a few lows. Obviously, I'll keep Tesla and NIO separately. That's a kind of a separate topic in itself. I kind of want to talk about Opendoor and Turtle Beach. Those are two ones in particular. Opendoor and Turtle Beach is not the lowest of the lows, but it's kind of a company that I'm kind of you just know about. You hear about it in like the media and commercials and whatnot, and we just want to like kind of review it a little bit. So let's first look at Opendoor. Opendoor, as you can see here. Let's see, in the past 5 years, it's been going up. So basically, it went $12 and now it's at around $34. So it's not like it's a terrible company. It's been going up, and of course, the market has been very good in the past couple of years. But does that mean that there's going to be a crash coming? They have too much inventory and they can't sell their inventory? That's a potential. And of course, that's the 5-year history. So let's kind of look into a little bit on the 5-day history. As you can see, 37 or actually 32, all the way down. It started to climb back up, but it went all the way down to 17, roughly. That's insane. And of course, it's been going up. It's been going up. So I don't think it's going to stay down long. So if you guys are able to and want to invest in something real estate related, definitely consider Opendoor. They're a great company. Obviously, they provide a digital platform for residential real estate, and basically they help individuals out, like especially it makes it easy for people to sell homes without actually talking to like a middle party and whatnot, and they're taking a higher commission. And from what I understand, they take a flat rate in terms of selling houses, so that's also very good. But regardless, yeah, real estate for buying and selling on a mobile device, so super convenient, super. I haven't used them personally, but I have got quotes for my house here in Nevada, and like the quotes is pretty dang reasonable. If I wanted to sell my house right now, it's actually a kind of a peak moment to sell houses, I think. But is there a market coming or a market crash coming? You just never know these kind of things. But a lot of people, if you look at the news and stuff like that, a lot of people is predicting that it's going to be some kind of real estate crash coming soon. So, or even a market crash in general. But we don't know. We just have to kind of wait and hope for the best. If you want to sell, it might be a good time to sell now. Sell your house and not sell the stock, but like sell your house and like, potentially pocket what you can, and move into a potential better house, I guess, when the market does eventually go down, because it seems like it could potentially go down. Of course, I'm not a real estate expert. I don't know that much about real estate. This is just what I hear and all that in the news. But obviously, this is a two-way discussion. You can always correct me in the comments down below and basically tell us you're an idiot. You don't know what I'm talking about. And you're probably right. You're probably right. But let's move on to the next one that I find very, very fascinating, known as Turtle Beach. Now, I never personally used Turtle Beach. I always heard they're comparatively crappier materials compared to like, I don't know, Astro headsets, for example. Even Sony has better headphones. I don't know. But in terms of the actual mic itself, obviously I use a Yeti mic. So Blue Yeti, of course, always a go-to in terms of, the mic setup. And that's why I never use this, even though I have it plugged. I have it pretty much here, but because I can't remove it, that's what I liked about the A40s. I can actually remove this piece and you won't even know that I have a headpiece. But a lot of people may be wondering, like, why don't I just do this? But it just looks weird to me. I don't know. So I keep it up because I use a Yeti mic. But I'm going off topic here. I'm sorry. Let's go back into Turtle Beach. I personally never used it, but a lot of people said that it's one of the cheap alternatives. If you guys just want a cheap headset, Turtle Beach is the one to do it. But cheap does not mean that it's good. Keep that in mind. Now, Turtle Beach here Corporation is an audio technology company. It designs audio products for consumers, commercials, and healthcare markets. I didn't know about that part. The company premieres and headsets for use of personal computers, mobile devices, and video game consoles under the brand Turtle Beach. So let's kind of flip over and just look at this real quick. This is the 5-day history on it, and it's been going down. $31 all the way as low as almost $23. Let's take a look at a 5-year history. How is it doing in the past 5 years? Because that's what kind of I personally care about. How long has it been doing, relatively speaking, across a long span of history? And there's a lot of ups and quite a lot of downs. It was when it first, I guess the first history here, it was as low as what, $4? So that's actually a really good price. And then it spiked all the way to almost $31. Actually, yeah, about $32 right around 2018. And then for some reason, something happened, crashed down, all the way down, almost back to the price we talked about initially here, as low as $5. And of course, at that point, that might be a better buy. And that's probably why it's been going up. So why is it going up? I guess current sales and whatnot, people are staying at home, they're buying, they're live streaming, they're doing whatever the case is, and they need a good headset, or a decent headset, I should say. And Turtle Beach is that cheap alternative, as I mentioned. So sales is probably going up, and it's actually passed. It's actually broke its high point of 32 to about 34. So $2 higher than its past high. But recently though, it hasn't been doing very well. So let's take a look at the past. Let's look at the past 3 months. It's been okay. It's been okay for the most part. But it dropped here. Usually when something goes down like that, it's one of two things. Either they release their either quarterly reports and they haven't met their quota, and they just, a lot of people just sold, and because they're not happy with what's happening financially or their vision for the future. It could also be the lack of sales potentially. But if you did want to consider getting into Turtle Beach, $24, not too shabby of a buy realistically. So if you guys consider it, it was down 15%. Obviously, during the opening market for Monday, it might be worth a buy. But just don't think of it as a good long-term investment. It's already at the highest that it's been. Can it go even higher? Who knows? But I personally think I personally don't think there's a bright future in it, only because there's just much better alternatives in terms of getting a better headset. Sony, if you want just a regular headset, even Apple's releasing their own headset. And I heard I have very good things about the over-the-ears headset for Apple's side of the house. Especially if you want just audio quality. Obviously, mic setup, I use Astros only because I like the way it feels. It's super lightweight. Obviously, the A50s is wireless, so I can move around. It doesn't have to. I'm not, fixed to like a I guess what was the word I'm looking for? Like a wire or whatnot. Tethered to my desk. I can move around freely. I can if I want to go back there and check out some of my action figures, I can do that. I just can't do that wireless. And once I'm wireless, it's hard for me to go back wired. I just can't see it. But I'm going off topic yet again. That's just kind of like my take on Turtle Beach. Let's move on to some of the big topics. Now, of course, the big topic of this week is Tesla and NIO, the two, I think, big EVs, the electronic vehicle market. Tesla, of course, has been a behemoth. I think it went as high as almost $900, and it's been going down a lot. $600 from what I see here, and we can actually probably see how much more further it went down by looking at some of his history. And then we'll kind of roll into a little bit of NIO, and I guess we'll roll into some Talos picks. Out of these selections, pretty much what do I consider for you to buy? But let's talk about Tesla a little bit. All right, Tesla is right here. As of today, 3 months. Like we talked about, almost $900. But it's been going down pretty much ever since February 2nd, it looks like. It's been going down, and there's no sign of it going back up. I'm very curious to see why it's been going down, though. It might be just people think that it's overvalued, and it's potentially they just kind of pocketed what they got and just sold it, because it's been going up crazy for the past for the past year, basically. The past year. Look at the past year history. This is insane. $120 roughly, almost a year ago, as high as 800, 8 times the value. Oh my, that's stupid money. Stupid money right there. And it's been going down again. Like, obviously we don't know the value of when it's gonna stop dropping. I don't recommend like people waiting for it to reach as a final destination, because a good metaphor to this is waiting for the needle to drop, or waiting for the knife to drop. You don't want to wait for a knife to drop, because it could stab you in the hand if you don't catch it in time. Is it a buy? I think so. Like 600 is not that terrible for that value. The way I kind of approach this stock is, let's say you have $1,000 that you want to invest into Tesla. Or let's say you have more, because obviously per share of it. Let's say you have 10,000. Okay, let's bring it down. Let's bring it up to 10,000. You have 10,000 to invest. Maybe buy like 1 or 2 shares right now. If it drops again, buy another 1 or 2, maybe 3 or 4. Like kind of double down on it. And then if it keeps dropping, like it's like stagnant. You know what I mean? And that's how I would approach this, because you don't know when it's gonna stop going down, because it will eventually go back up. It's one of those companies where I know for sure one day it's gonna hit that $1,000 price point. We just don't know when that's gonna be. And right now, that's how I'll approach it. As for me personally, I would definitely consider buying a few right now, especially that it's like less than 600. That's a super great deal. The way I look at it, 3% off right there, top left corner right there, boom, right here. You guys can see that. There's almost a 4% sale. Definitely consider getting it. It's an amazing deal, and a lot of people are right now. It's kind of like in a halfway point. Neither a strong buy or a strong sell. So it's kind of like in that hold territory. And it's true, if you have it, definitely hold it. Do not sell. Do not try to sell, because you'll eventually get your money back, and then some as it continues growing. Yeah, if you scroll down a little bit here, can't read that. It was estimated to sell 0.9, but it only reported 0.8, so it didn't reach expectations. So that's probably why it's been dipping this quarter. Because if you look at the previous stats here, for example, it was estimated like a -10. It actually overestimated at 0.44. Then the next quarter, 0.55, overdid it again at 0.76, and people thought it was gonna be a 0.90, but it dropped to a 0.8. So that's probably why I guess people are losing faith. A little bit of the investor side losing faith on it. From the public notion of it though, nobody's lost faith in Tesla. Obviously, people love Teslas. Personally, as an investor, I'm excited the fact that it's going down. This is actually a great opportunity to buy in. But similar to what I said, buy it in like stacks, you know? Like 2 here, but if it goes down again, buy 4. If it goes down, buy 8. Because it's gonna get cheaper and cheaper, and then as soon as that goes back up, you just exponentially, grow. There's exponential growth right there as soon as it goes back up, because it will, like I said, go back up. Now, NIO is kind of the same deal. I bought NIO way back. If you guys watched my very first video where I talked about stocks and all that, I bought this way super low. I bought it like at $5, like less than $5. I want to say it was right around here. Yeah, so $3. Yeah. Right around, actually it was earlier. It was around, like, I would say middle of 2020. So yeah, about $3 or $4 pretty much. And I've been loving the stock, obviously, as you can tell. And I have quite a lot of shares, like a lot of shares, and it's been going up ridiculously, similar to Tesla. So this is kind of like the same. If you look at Tesla and NIO, pretty much the same kind of momentum in a way. So that's amazing. And of course, it's been going down again. Are people losing faith in electric vehicles? I don't think so. The reason why I believe it went down is for a few factors. Obviously, the quarter reports. If you look at their earnings here, if you scroll down a little bit, it hasn't been beating their expectations. Well, this one matched it, so 0.14 to 0.14, so it matched the estimates here. And I guess the previous quarter didn't even report anything, and then before then they were below expectations. So they're not doing exceptionally well compared to Tesla, but they're still a great EV company. Honestly, I want to buy more. I want to buy a lot more actually. And stuff like this, like when stocks go down, especially as low as 38. Like I thought I would never see 38 again because it's been like kind of hovering around the 50 range, and I was like, crap, I want to buy more, but it's way too expensive. So the fact that it went down at 3% sale, that's huge. That's huge. And if it keeps going down even further, you bet I'll be buying more. And of course, this is a great alternative if your Tesla is just too expensive for you guys. If you guys are big in EVs and want to buy more EVs, consider NIO. It's a great company. It's a Chinese-based Chinese-based electric vehicle market. It designs, jointly manufactures, and sells smart and connected premium electric vehicles. I showed pictures of it way back when of the EP9 and the EVE and the ES8. Those are amazing vehicles. They're actually their main company actually operates out of San Jose, California, but they're originally based in Shanghai, China. So a lot of people don't like Chinese-based companies, but this is a great alternative. A great alternative, especially if you want EV cars. Yes, you love Tesla. You want Tesla to succeed, and you want to buy Tesla, but frankly, not everyone has the money to buy $600 per share, unfortunately. Yes, you can probably go to like Public, which of course, link down below if you guys want to check out our Public, and buy a slice of it, meaning not the full share. You can buy a percentage of it. So like, let's say you only have $100, you can buy 1/5 of or 1/6 of the value of Tesla, and you can still watch that grow. And of course, if you join using our affiliate link down below, you also get a opportunity to choose which companies you want to choose. And one of those companies, of course, is Tesla, to buy a slice. And if you do buy a slice now, you actually get a lot more of that percentage of the market versus how much you would if it was $800, $900. So definitely consider it. Link down below. Tesla is a great company, but not everyone can buy that full share. So NIO is a great alternative. So that's my pick for today. And obviously, we'll try to do this every single week. This is actually a much easier format for me to do. Not much editing needs to be involved. And of course, I love these graphs. Hopefully you guys enjoy this kind of format and whatnot. We'll definitely consider it. And of course, as I mentioned before, if you guys haven't already, consider giving us a like down below. These videos are super fun to make, and I want to continue doing these every single week for you guys. Just talk about random stocks, whether I know the industry or not. And of course, you guys in the comments down below corrected me whenever I make a mistake, because I always make a mistake. And I just want to see how far along this Talos Energy company will grow. So we'll keep a long watch on that. And that might be one of those those things we just maintain and look at. Like I said before, guys, these videos are super fun to make, so definitely consider subscribe as well. Love you guys, stay awesome. I'll see you next video, the next Study News episode, and Market Watch right here in this channel. And of course, consider watching other videos of previous topics as well. Obviously, we have a playlist of all our Study News topics, and of course, every week or so, we try to report on the latest, hottest news, whether it be on the gaming side of the house, movie side of the house, or anything like topical or interesting that we want to talk about here in the Study Boyz community channel. And a quick PSA, guys, if you guys are interested in any collectibles, whether it be Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, in my main channel, link down below. We also do stuff for unboxings. We also do like PSA stuff, and of course stuff like this where we unpack Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And of course, this one is actually a Magician's Forest pack that I might actually PSA grade. Is it a great pack to PSA? Will I even open it? Is it worth opening? Definitely consider subscribing to my main YouTube channel there. Link down below. But of course, until next time, this is Talos signing out. There, guys.